Well, Jim, your 500th game in charge, and it's ended up with the same scoreline. I'm sure there's some disappointment about that today, though.
Yeah, the lads are in there tired and disappointed, so you can't be too hard on them. But I thought that we needed to work harder in possession. We looked like we were playing, but we didn't look like we played with the same conviction and tempo that we played in other games. And slowly, as they upped the heat, we didn't rise to that. There's some sloppy bits in terms of the way we gave the ball away and that, but really we needed to be stronger minded in possession and keep the way we were playing, because if a team ups the level, but I thought we were just a bit taking an extra touch, dwelling on the ball, and that's really just players who are not sharp enough mentally to be taking all the pictures in when the ball's coming to them and then recognising I'll start again or I'll go forward, a pass, I've got that option on, and they're kind of having to take a touch, look, and then you run out of options, because as soon as you start looking, you're sending signals and they're setting traps. So I was really disappointed, because I think it was our own way of going about the business in the second half that ultimately cost us the game.
It was an electric start, though. Was it perhaps disappointing that you didn't get a second or third goal in the first half? Was that the issue?
Possibly. Like I said, I think all we can ask of our players is to work the shape really well, recognise the strengths. What I find difficult as a manager and coach is that we worked, if you like, the extra man on the pitch to get the ball into the front three against Wrexham, and they combined brilliantly. And what we tried to do in this game was to work the same way, using John to try and get the 2v2. And when they combined off each other, it looked like they were going to get in and score. And it was working, but then for some reason we didn't keep doing it. And I just find that incredible, that people start then getting it and playing out wide and kicking out play instead of going connect with the man inside, release the wing backs behind. Third man runs, blindside runs kill teams, but we don't even recognise the coaching that's working and then stick to it and keep doing it because it's working. And I find that difficult. But all you can do is just, as anybody who's in coaching, you just got to keep working on it, keep consolidating it, and keep. At some point, they then recognise and it becomes a good habit. And I was just disappointed that the stuff that we did really well in the first half, we didn't seem to see any of that in the second half. The balls were being rushed forward. There was too many touches at the back. There wasn't a willingness to take an extra pass across the back and go through the midfield. We seemed to just maybe not work as hard to create that angle. And then we ended up sort of giving the ball away too much, and then as the game wears on, you're going to ultimately pay a price if a team's effective in using that possession to get into the final third and create opportunities.
What about half-time? You made two changes. I saw Richie Bennett come out on the pitch after about 5 or 10 minutes. It looked like he might be coming off, but what went on? And
I was really disappointed. I was going to take Richie off, and then I've got two players say that they're not able to start the second half. Now, we knew Reedy had an ankle issue and we were being assessed, and I said I need to know sharp. We were getting Jordan Williams ready. And then Macca turned around and said he was injured. Now, Macca's working...
His thigh was strapped, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this, look, everybody's been, I'm sure, behind the scenes saying, oh, why is he not been playing? He came in and within the first week he was injured, and we've tried to work him up, but I asked him if he was feeling anything to tell us and come off. We did that the other day, and yet he's got. I felt he was a little bit off the pace in training, which sometimes you accept because they're playing and therefore they're getting themselves through training. But I was a bit concerned that he would not last 90 minutes, and I was really disappointed that, because I watched him in the first half, I could see somebody that looked like he was starting to feel it.
Yeah.
And that then left us in a situation where we only had two subs. So I couldn't make a change with Richie, because I still get bite back from people, and all I'm asking them to do is to recognise what I'm asking for, recognise it's effective, and when it's working so well, why are we not doing it over and over again? And it's okay for me to demand, but if people bite back, I'm just saying, well, they're resisting the good coaching, they're resisting the good thinking about the game. So he was about to come off for Jordan Williams, and then Reedy, and then you got two, so you can't make 3 changes at half time. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, that we kind of put ourselves in a position where, but I looked at the 3 lads that come on, I think they need to do better. Their subs come on and you can see that they had a little bit more quality, and I think that one of the strengths that should be of this group is that we should have a squad that anybody on the bench can come on and keep the tempo, and I thought that we've got a couple of players who are still getting their way back in, trying to find the confidence, and you don't realise sometimes with the players that they lack confidence. Whether it be Adam Thomas, Conor Jennings went through a period where it's not quite happening for them, they're forcing it, or they're playing too safe, and I can only encourage them, give them some little things that if you just work on these things and make sure they're right, and good reactions and good work ethic, then we'll stick while you get the other aspects better. They'll come, and I think you've seen that with Conor Jennings. 114 was a miss for us today with illness. But we've had them. But I thought today, I just think that we needed to, back 2-0, we needed to up our game. We did for periods and we looked really good, but not enough. Not enough to really hold on to the ball, control the game, and not see the game out, but see the game out with keep the ball and play with purpose, attack with purpose, and then that then means that if they don't have the ball, they don't hurt you.
It's such an intense period, this as well, isn't it? I think you've got like 8 games still to come in January. It's going to be a real big ask for your squad now, isn't it? Do you need to supplement the squad at all, or do you think there's enough there to get you through?
I think there's enough there to get through. But the issue is there was one game where I think we missed JJ. It's the aspects that are jumping up at the last minute that kind of caused me chaos. And JJ before the Notts County game, and Conor before this game, and there's been so many other ones like where we had I think Sam Minhan, Ash Palmer, there's so many, and you've got to really think on your feet and hope that people can step in and do the jobs. And I think sometimes people get habitual and they can do their job, but when you ask them to do another job, either on a set play, and I think, and I'm looking at the players that I asked to do Connor's job, not doing Connor's job, I asked to do Reedy's job, wasn't doing Reedy's job. So I think they need to take more responsibility for knowing their job, being able to do somebody else's job, because when they get called upon, it's a straight swap and an easy transition. But yeah, it's to answer your question about the squad, we've got the squad we've got. We all know that for every level of football, the way the season's panned out, with the issues we're having with games and illnesses, and it's that time of the year with the pitches and the conditions are a little bit more demanding. But no, I don't think at this moment I'll say this to yourself, I say this to a fan on the street, and I say this to Simon Wilson, that let's just keep working with this group and get them to the best they can be. And then if we're short, then we need to add quality. But I said it to Liza there, I think there's more to come. And I can only do so much on the sideline. I can only coach, demand, push it. You need now of each other and of yourself to get to the next level. If you're playing well, sustain that for 90 minutes. If you're not playing well, find a way of contributing to the game and being part of a successful team.
Just finally, it is 500 games, it is 15 years since your first game. It's actually you and me have been talking a lot longer, because we used to be sitting up there doing a post-match phone in 20 odd years ago. So when you look back though, you must reflect with immense pride on what you've achieved at this club. Yeah,
I mean obviously you get asked about the highs, the lows. The day I walked in, I've never had such a feeling. We've had some wonderful feelings, 9 in a row, sort of here while the many more result comes through, and we realise we're on the cusp of being champions, and there's so many. There's been so many small memories as well that have been brilliant. So I'm disappointed for our fans today. I'm not disappointed for myself with 500 game. We just keep working and improving. At this stage it's kind of quite unique. Like I said, it's 15 years, but the association goes back now 30 years. And all I want to do is just keep serving the club with pride and with as much knowledge and quality as I can, and look forward to another year of improvement and looking to kick on and be successful. And I just say a final message for people. So firstly, Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's been a tough year, and I hope that next year is a far kinder year to everybody. And for young Kai Ridgeway, who had an unfortunate accident, got knocked down on just a stone throw from my house. Went under a major surgery today and might be in a coma. And if these words help him or his family, get Kai back to consciousness. I wish him all the best and a speedy recovery.
Very well said, Jim. Congratulations on the achievement of 500 games as well.
Thanks so much.